about roughly around 5, 6, 7 minutes, 8 at the most, before I have to go punch in, start my shift. You know, ain't nothing wrong with doing the 9 to 5 as long as you active and you know spending your money and investing it wisely, which I'm doing. You know, unlike some people, I don't have to sit up there and brag what I got going on behind the scenes. Just goes to show you the mental capacity of certain people. They try to talk big, but they really have a small mind. But then again, that comes with having little man complex. But nevertheless, all right. So today is November the 9th. Happy birthday, mom. Today is my mother's birthday. You know, so happy birthday, mom. The fight is exactly 1 month out. Um, so far, they've sold like 12,000 tickets. So that's good for Devin and Regis both, selling 12,000 tickets. So, like I said, this could be, the start of something new to have big fights in the Bay Area. Because this was really a test run. So, based off the fact that they have sold like 12,000 tickets, that mean that there's going to be interest from other promotional companies, you know, to bring fights to the Bay Area. So that's a good look. All right, but like I said, I just talked to Bill. I talked to him like about maybe 20 minutes ago. So hopefully next week when I go to Las Vegas to cover the Shakur Stevenson fight, hopefully I can get some behind the scenes footage for you guys, because they train in the afternoon. They train from like 3 to something, or should I don't know. They train between 3 and 6 o'clock. I heard allegedly, but nevertheless, like I said, it's gonna be a great fight. Once again, tickets are still available if you plan on attending this event. Basically, all you got to do is go to your Google search engine, and uh, it'll basically search, and it'll basically bring up at least 4 to 5 different ticket brokers that you could buy tickets from. You can go through Vivid, you can go through Seat Geeks, and AXS, all them people. But in particularly, I wanted to talk about this whole thing because this is like really bothering me, and it's also starting to piss me off. Like the definition, what is defined by toughness and all this kind of stuff. Now, Devin responded to basically somebody from Regis Camp talking about, you went to private school, so don't try to act tough. Well, first of all, what do you mean by acting tough? And some of the stigmas that get put on black people is not always by the white man or other races. It's by black people themselves. Why is blackness defined by whether you struggled and grew up poor and all this stuff? I thought the objective as a parent and becoming a parent is to make sure that your kids don't struggle like you. Why would you want to put your son or daughter or kids in a situation where you want them to struggle like you? You are always supposed to put your child in a better situation. Like I said before, my son graduated from college. He's living, and he's living in the Midwest. Got his own place, got his own, got his own car and that kind of stuff. But I kind of get tired of that. I get tired of people defining blackness by, you know, what you have, didn't have, what you obtained, and all this stuff. Oh, you grew up rich. What's wrong with that? I mean, when is we gonna stop doing this to each other? And this is sickening, and it's a sickening mentality to have. And we got to get out of that. I mean, black people been brainwashed so bad to where like it's just gonna take. I mean, it's gonna take probably centuries to undo the brainwashing and and basically the mental damage that's been ensued on black people and exercised on black people. But I get kind of tired of hearing that. I just think it's stupid and I think it's ignorant. And it just come a point in time where you got to say enough is enough. I'm just tired of hearing that foolishness because it's doesn't make any kind of sense whatsoever. So because you went to private school, or you grew up with money, or your parents came up and they bettered themselves to where they can provide a better life for you, they supposed to be shamed for it? That doesn't make any kind of sense. And what do you mean you ain't tough because you went to private school? I'm gonna tell you something, and this is gonna be the realest talk that anybody can ever hear, especially from somebody like me, because I did it all. I've been in the streets. I done did the 9 to 5 thing. I done worked and been in the streets at the same time, simultaneously. Went from the block to the job, went to the job to the block. So I did both. I can survive in the corporate world as well as the streets. So, not too many people can do one or the other. So I can, you know. But with that being said, I just hear this way too much. And I'm gonna say this right now, being in the streets, I could tell you right now, some of the biggest punks and cowards that I ever came across were so-called street dudes. At least a lot of times with the so-called private school guys, the educated dudes, at least if you wanted to get shot a fair one and do a one-on-one, usually it was a fair one or a one-on-one. But a lot of times with these street dudes, you beat their ass, you whoop on them, they coming back. And they ain't coming back to fight. They coming back with tools. So either you have the option, either fight this dude and run the risk of, if he see you or his people see you, they trying to get at you, or you just say, I'll catch you the next time, or you just walk away. And I done been in that situation plenty of times. So like I said, a lot of the dudes on here that be talking all this street stuff and trying to act like they mentally tough, they be some of the biggest punks. In the same way some of these suburban dudes be punks. It's tit for tat. It can go either way. So all this stuff about, you ain't tough because you grew up privileged or you had stuff, that's a complete falsehood. It's a complete lie. But I'm just keeping it real. Just like some of these dudes on YouTube that be trying to act like they just super tough, talk about they went to the pen and stuff. They the biggest punks that I ever seen. Cause like I said, I gotta ask myself, what nigga would get mad and have an attitude towards you because you chose to show support towards a boxer that he in particularly wasn't a fan of, or he wanted you to be more of a fan of another boxer and get an attitude. That's what a hoe do. That's what a trick baby do. And it's a lot of dudes like that. What dude would sit up there and want to fight you? Or say they gonna run up on you because you supported somebody else more than you supported the other dude favorite fighter, but you never had nothing against the other dude's favorite fighter. But that's the type of niggas that be out here fronting like that. But anyway, gotta start my shift. Be back with more later on.